How's it? My name's Richard Caleb. I just thought I'd just give my review on this Terratac Multitool. I've had it for a couple of weeks now, and yeah, I needed to actually just say something about it because I've always wanted a multi-tool, and I haven't actually haven't been blessed to actually own one. So I don't really have anything to compare it to be honest with you, but I still thought I'd just give my review and just go through it personally, just to let everyone know what I think of it, and how it works. So I went for the normal X14, and mostly because it was on a special that I couldn't refuse. It was the Amazon opening special, and I got it at a really good price. Thank you, Terratac, for that. And I've always wanted a multi-tool. I've just never been able to justify the cost that Leatherman charge for what I needed, like basically all the tools that are required on one tool. My main field, I work on motorcycles. I repair, do custom motorcycles from home, and I also at the same time run Airbnb cottages from home as well. So I'm often in a situation where I need tools away from my workshop, and I have a multitude of tools because I work on motorcycles. Make no mistake, I'm not short of tools, and I'm a firm believer that you got to have the right tool for the right job. So having said that, often I'm at a cottage that needs something done that's 500 meters away from a workshop, and having to slip back and forth to the workshop to get a tool and then back up again to do a small thing is rather tiresome. So that's why I've always wanted to have a multi-tool on me, and I've had this for probably about three or 4 weeks now, and there hasn't been a day that I have not used it. So wow, thank you. It's been cool. It's been cool having this here on me all the time. The second thing is that I'm just grateful that I'm not using all my nice tools, motorcycle tools, to do plumbing and stuff like that. That doesn't need to be done. I would have preferred, to be honest, to have gone for the one that was black, the EDC one, it just looks so good in that black finish. Plus, having that little spanner tool on there is just such an awesome feature. That definitely would have come in handy. I had a couple of times where I could have used something like that already, over and above what already comes with this awesome tool. So, further ado, let me go into the review. So it comes nicely packaged. Just want to show you the packaging that it came in. So it comes in the box that it came in. Shipped it very quickly. So if anyone is actually thinking of getting as a gift, this is I received mine, which is very cool. For gift packaging, it's obviously sealed. Inside here, you are welcomed with this fantastic box that the actual multi-tool is in. It's a nice sturdy little box, and inside here it comes in a package, in a plastic packet. And I was fortunate enough that this tool, I got an extra blade for the side cutter wire stripper, and they give you a little Allen key tool and two fasteners, little dome-head cap screws to replace that with, in case you strip them, I suppose, and taking them out. which is very nice of them. They're stainless steel, or okay, in case you lose them, I suppose. They can actually drop and fall into the abyss, as you all know. I haven't needed to replace these yet. I'll get into those blades shortly in the review. Also got a little Torx bit on that side. It's actually a Torx setting, I see that looking at it now. The Torx bit. Okay, alright. I haven't had to replace it yet, so. But yeah, so that's the packaging, and then mine came with the little pouch, which I haven't used at all. I haven't found a need for this as yet. I keep mine in my pocket, which I'll get to in a moment as well. For those of you who like to carry it on a belt, there's this pouch. I must be honest with you, I didn't even try it out yet, but look at that, it fits like a charm. That would be ideal for someone who carries it on the belt. I often wear baggies, or shorts, should I say, whichever you want to call it. So for me, it lives with me in my pants every single day, and then it came alongside with the additional bit kit, which I'll also get into in a little while. So, and the advantages of this bit kit. So it's that. Look at it, sorry, I got camera mounted upside down, but that is that. So there it is. I'll go through this in detail shortly. Okay, and then the actual knife, or multi-tool, should I say. Alright, so let's put that aside we'll take these out. I'm not going to worry about reviewing that stuff for now. The main part of this review is the additional bits, and of course the tool. Okay, so let's get into this multi-tool to start off with. Okay, before anything and everything, I just want to comment on this actual tool, just in a whole. Let's start off with the detail that Terratac have put into this, and the finishes. There's just, I hope I can get this on camera, there's fine details, and I'm very pedantic, and I'm a bit OCD, so there's little things like there's this laser engraved grooves here, little finishes that just, they didn't need to be done at all, on the steel work. There's, again on this side, there's these little finishes. They didn't need to be done. I mean, if they weren't there, no one would have noticed. But I noticed that they are there, and that kind of detail to me is absolutely incredible. And the fact that time was taken out to actually to do that and make such an awesome tool. And like I said, I never had a Leatherman, which is, I suppose this is the tool to compare it with, but I have had other multi-tools given to me as gifts, and they've all been rubbish. So I'm not going to name and shame them at all, but the detail in this is just impeccable. I mean, we have on the side here, it's laser engraved. It says the name of the tool. You can see it there. It's got Terratac X14, and then it'll have this code. That's not coming off anytime soon. It's properly laser engraved into there. I'm assuming the one that you get with your name engraved, it'll be engraved in here, it'll be the same thing. So you know that's going to be there for life. The finishes are impeccable. It's got the solid steel bend on that's around here. This steel is thick and it is solid. This tool is not breaking anytime soon. We've got these plastic clips they push in here, these locking clips. They're strong plastic, they're all hidden and secluded. The pins around these holding the blades in are all in this is very professional. Nothing here is gimmicky or for show. Everything here is purpose made and is to the point and is absolutely precision. The blade is well secluded and hidden. It's not going to catch on anything. It's not going to get a lot of dust. Everything is absolutely precise, and it's so well made. Everything is there for a reason. I can't explain that. It's just, you'll see as I go through the tool how well engineered this piece of equipment is. It really is nice, and it's solid. It is. I'm not gonna lie to you. It is a solid piece of material. This, when you work with it, you feel it. There's nothing. It's not gonna bend. It's not flexible. It's not going anywhere. You're holding something that's really solid, and with that in mind, it's got a bit of weight, which gets me to this little clip on here. This is an awesome idea from Terratac, fitting this little guy on here, because make the mistake, this is not the lightest of tools. It's solid stainless steel, the whole thing, except for obviously these little plastic clips. Everything on here is a stainless steel. I'm not going to go in, I don't know what stainless steel it is. I'm not affiliated with Terratac, so I know there is some code of stainless steel that it's made out of, and it's very good. But I'm just saying that it is solid, and this little clip is an absolute winner. So we're going to start on the outside with this little clip, and then we'll just go through the tool a little bit by little bit. So this little guy is a big winner. This tool, like I said, holds a lot of weight. So immediately, I want to just bring the camera forward a bit. If you take this tool and it didn't have this clip, if you throw it in your pocket, you immediately feel the weight. I mean, it's there. I mean, it's advertised that you're gonna have to pull this thing out. That's not a schlep for me. I mean, I can pull a tool out of my pocket. It doesn't hook on anything. It's there, but you feel that weight. It's there. It's hanging on your leg. It's down here, and you can actually feel the weight of this tool in the bottom of your pocket. It's like having a heavy cell phone. You know, I mean, they're selling a cell phone. They go by the grams, 9 grams, 18 grams, whatever it is. This, with it there, but the minute you take this clip and you just hook it on the side of your pants like this, it's now anchored on this seam of your pants here, and immediately the weight of that tool is gone. You don't even feel that it's there. And that is to me is the miracle of the clip. It's not so much of getting lost in your pocket, as it is taking the weight off your pants. So off the clip, it's down. You've got this weight hanging in there the whole time. It's on your leg, and that is enough to irritate anybody. Well, it irks me at least. So that clip for me is just, it's on the seam of your pants. So now it's on the corner of your pocket in the seam of your pants, and whether you're wearing shorts or whether you're wearing long pants, jeans, whatever it is that you're wearing, it immediately, the weight is gone. It just eliminates the weight of the tool completely, and you'll notice that straight away. As soon as you got that clip, you put it in, you don't even know that you got that tool there. You can be doing what you want. You lift your leg up, it's not going to fall off. It clips really well onto there, and you need it, you pull it out. You can hear it actually. When I pull it, you can actually hear it clip. That's how well it clips onto there, and it's very easy to put in. It's in and out. It's not like it, you have to like find the pocket. It just goes there, and it eliminates that weight. And that for me is a biggie. That is what I find the clip useful for, is eliminating the weight of the tool, and obviously it is easy to get to. I mean, I can just stick my hand and take it out. Obviously, if I've got a cell phone, something on there that's going to get mixed up. But for me, the big thing is taking the weight off. So yeah, the weight is now distributed onto the seam of your pants and on the edge of the pocket, and that is a big one. There we go. Thank you, Terratac. Well designed, and yeah, that's a winner. Make no mistake. So let's put that back onto. Sorry, I got some cams and stuff on my bench here that are just also getting in the way. Okay, so we get back to the tool. All right, so let's do the first and, well, we'll do the outside goodies. Okay, so we go to the first and foremost is the knife. So we have the knife. Okay, obviously, as everyone has already commented, you've seen probably in 1,000 interviews before, everything is one-hand operated, should you need be. I'm not ninja. The blade. Okay, everything is lockable. Doesn't go in. It's got these little tabs that pop up and they lock, which is fantastic. So you're not going to hurt yourself. The blade's not going to flip down, lock on you. Okay, the first impression of the blade. It's super sharp. It's easy enough to sharpen. I do sharpen my own knives. I always have, including my kitchen knives. I've got a sharpening stone, so if it goes blunt, I will sharpen it myself. It's nice and sharp. It's not as sharp as the scissors. It's sharp enough. It's more than sharp enough without having to hurt yourself. What I like about the blade, and I want to go straight into it, is just look at that. Look at the thickness on that. This blade is not flexible, and you use this for a lot of things. I mean, one thing about a multi-tool is this knife goes through everything. It just gets pulled out, and you're camping or you're working something, you're hacking pipes, you're hacking whatever you can, saw through, cut through, whatever you need to do. We punish these guys, and that blade has got some serious thickness in it. And I've just had this tool out and working with it, and people have just from afar have commented, "Hey, geez, how's the thickness on that blade?" And yeah, they've done well there. They made it seriously thick on the back end of the blade, so it's still got a nice chamfer on it, and it's still awesomely thin. If you look down the edge of the knife, good, nice and sharp, nice and straight. Absolutely fantastic. Just look at that. Beautifully crafted. With that additional thickness, it just gives this knife that extra strength. There is no flexibility in that knife whatsoever. How awesome is that? So awesome. Okay, so that's the knife. Folds back in. On the opposite side of that, we have the scissors. Now, I've seen some reviews. I read everyone complain about the scissors. Now, the thing about the scissors is they don't lock immediately as on opening. So anyone who opens them is going to notice that. And there's been reviews where the scissors don't have a spring motion and you have to open and close them before you're cutting. That is not true. So the scissors are actually very well designed. The spring mechanism locks away. So you have to, once you open the scissors, you have to open them completely and unlock the spring mechanism. So there, it's done it. It's unlocked the spring mechanism. And that in turn locks the scissors. Now they're locked in place. And then the spring mechanism is in place. So there we have your scissors. These are super sharp. They cut fantastically. And they're just absolutely awesome. They got a round nose here, which is fantastic. I've done first aid, so if you need to get in to cut a bandage, off, to cut some clothing off, someone's been in an accident, they're injured, you're not going to stab them. So it's got this round end on here. You're going to go in, you can't cut anybody with them, you can't hurt anyone, there's no way of stabbing them. Very well thought out. They're basically medical grade emergency scissors. You're not going to hurt anybody with these. Fantastically well thought out. Very clever Terratac on that. I mean, they could have put a sharp edge on there and then immediately these scissors would have been just useful for like garage work and cutting tape and paper and stuff like that. But because of this little round nosed edge on here, they've immediately made them emergency scissors for getting into bandages or clothing, etc., etc. In a situation where you need to get close to people's flesh and you don't want to hurt them. These are the scissors. This is the item that you're going to pull out, and this is what you're going to cut with. You're not going to cut with a knife. And they've made them super sharp so that you can actually get through clothing. You can get through a belt. You can get through anything like that. If you have to get through it, it will cut through. They're that sharp. Well done. Very well thought out of. Very well thought. Very well done. Again, you clip this down and they fold in. So I'll show you again. If you pull this out, it's not locked. There's the spring there. As you lift these up, you engage the spring, it pops into place. There we go. Scissors are now are operable, and it is now locked. They're not going anywhere. So that's just something to note. Very well thought out. Okay, that closes. I have used these, not in an emergency situation, but I have used them. All right. On the other side, we have the saw. I have not had a chance to use this yet. Also, it locks into position. It's a pretty mean saw. It's got like a multitude of teeth. This is a nasty saw. It's pretty awesome. I haven't had an opportunity to use this anywhere yet. I'm going away camping at the end of the month with the family and some friends. I'm hoping that I'll get an opportunity to use it there somewhere for something. Let's see. It's not as thick, nowhere near as thick as a knife, but I would imagine that this, like any saw, I mean, people play music with a saw. This needs a bit of flexibility to be able to get through some timbers and some wood, stick, bone, whatever you need to cut through. It's going to need that flexibility to cut. Most saws are flexible, so I'm assuming, I would imagine that's why it is flexible and not rigid. It's really sharp. It's got, looks like about 3 rows of teeth cut into it. Very well done, very well made. It's very sharp. Yeah, it's going to cause some serious damage to whatever it attacks. I'm excited to use that. All right, that's that. Also, same thing, locks, push in there, and it clips. Okay, and then on the outside, the final one is the file. The file is fantastic. I'll try and focus on that. There, it's got really, it's really rough. Again, I haven't used this for anything except for, I probably should do my nails. As you can see, my hands in a terrible state. I do work with my hands all the time. But I have used this. An additional tool, which I've found some additional tools on here that aren't listed. At the end of this is, okay, I'll point it out afterwards. Okay, so on this side we've got a file, which you can probably use for filing anything from, I wouldn't file steel with it, but any aluminium or plastic or anything like that. It's also got an edge file, so on this edge here, it's also a file, if you needed to get something finer. This side is smooth. On the flip side of that, we have a ruler that goes up to 7 centimeters, 70 millimeters. Put it this way so you guys got it, or this way. Yeah, it's fine. I don't know which way this camera's going, but I'll put it both ways. It's just 70 millimeters, and then on this side we have some inches here. 2 inches on this side here. Don't often use inches, but if you need to, you do have them. What I have used, I haven't used the ruler, I haven't had a need for that yet. I haven't measured out anything, but I have used this end. So you'll notice on this end it chamfers off. So I've used this basically as a screwdriver, not to take out any screws as much as to pry things open. So any plastic covers, anything that you need to like basically open up, it works fantastic as a large flathead screwdriver. The paint tin lids, especially the plastic ones, anything that like it'll cover on the front of a dishwasher, whatever. It's just something that you need to pry open, something that you need to gain access to. In a car, you need to clip something open, get to it, or a larger flat plastic screw or any screw. It's not the strongest with regards to, I suppose it is. I mean, but I wouldn't over. It's not listed as a screwdriver. but for me it works like a charm. It fits most screws, so that size for if you need the bigger flat-ended screwdriver. It is stainless steel, and it's a lovely pry item. So yeah, instead of using the tip of your knife and breaking the tip of your knife, this is the better option if you need to pry something open. So there we have it, the file, ruler, little pry / flat screwdriver tip. Awesome, eh? There we go. Alright, so that's that. I haven't figured out what this little notch is here for, so I'm keen if anyone has any information on that, let me know. Maybe it's just the way it is made. Actually, it must be because it's actually on all of them. Alright, cool. So that's that. So then we move on to the biggie. This is right. We have pliers. So that just, yeah, as a matter of interest, so that just opens up like that. So once that's your whole tool, those are all your 4 outside tools. 5 if you include the screwdriver tip. And like I said, the safety scissors. Okay, so then you just grab that, you click the 2, and opens the pliers. Alright, again, we go back into detail. Just, I want to show you this for a second before I even discuss them. These are your needle nose pliers. Just look at the detail. So these have been lasered down on the edges here to give you a smaller edge. Try and keep it in focus here. Same there's this other. That is just so fantastic. It's so well designed, so beautifully engineered to keep a small edge. Just absolutely incredible. So with this, again, the infamous, which has already been mentioned in multiple reviews before I even bought these, you got these spring-loaded pliers. So I wasn't too concerned about. I've never owned in my entire life a pair of spring-loaded pliers. I mean, all my pliers that I have in my workshop are all, you have to open them manually. But it does make a huge difference. I must be honest with you, especially if you're using them to pry something open. I've had to open a couple of nuts and plumbing parts. Like I use it as a wrench, if you want to call it that. It's not ideal, not something I normally do. But in a pickle, you're grabbing it and you're opening up something using this round part, and it's just easier back and forth to rotate it and to open it like that, than to keep flicking it. So in that circumstance, in the XTC, the EDC tool, the spanner goodie would be ideal. I mean, that must be awesome to have that as an additional. But what do we have here? We have these long nose pliers. So this has come in very handy. I don't have, these it's just such a narrow tip. It's such a fantastic, accurate narrow tip. So at the very tip of this, I'm going to get that in focus there. Very tip, you've got a smooth edge here. So if you need to grab something and not bite into it without damaging it, this grabs really nicely. It's very tight. It's very precision made. You can see it closes with absolute perfection. Then if you need the grip, you've got these teeth here, and then obviously you've got this round grip to grab anything that you want to grab. It's round. It's got a bit of grip. On the inside here, we've got your wire cutters. These are super sharp. As you saw in the packaging, it came with a spare set of blades with this little Torx screw on either side. Now with this, it's not just a wire cutter, and I've used this extensively now. I've done lights on a friend's grow tunnel. I've done numerous bits of electrical work around for the cottages, so forth and so on. You've got your wire cutter, which is fantastic. So it goes through, it cuts very, very sharp. But also, if you have a look there, and let me see if I can get it in focus nicely. I don't know which side. Okay, nicely engraved Terratac there as well. Look at that. Just sorry, I digress. As I close it there, if you see there, just there, trying to get focus here. You see there's a little hole there. There's a little indentation either side of the blade. That's your wire stripper. There, that little bit of blade is a little bit blunt as opposed to the rest of the blade. So you put your wire in there, you squeeze it down, dunk, it cuts the insulation, hits the copper, stops cutting. You pull, your wire strips off, just leaves the copper. So you stick your wire into that little indentation there on either side, and it strips the wire. So what it does is it cuts through the insulation, hits the copper. It's not sharp. I mean, if you obviously apply mighty pressure, it will cut through the copper, but you use your initiative. You just push through till you can hear it, you can feel it hit the hard copper, and then you just give it a pull. It takes the insulation off, and you're left with the copper. A fantastic little wire stripper. I mean, I have a proper wire stripper that grabs and strips at the same time. But in a pickle, this thing works very well. It is a really good wire stripper for doing electrical around the house, doing the basic, any electrical. Actually, there it is. Yeah, just trying to get it clearer. You can see the little hole there. It's literally designed to squeeze and cut through till it hits the copper, and then you just give a pull and it just pulls the insulation off. Very well designed. Another thing, well done, Terratac. So that's the pliers. Right. Look at that. The detail and the precision. Strength. These things are strong. Strong. Well done. Okay, so on the inside, okay, we have 3 tools on this side. We have 2 on this side. Let's do the 3 first. Okay, so I have big fingers, so they generally pull out, for me, they pull it all at the same time, but it doesn't really matter because I pull them out, and then once I've got them, I can see which I've got. You got 3 to choose from. Okay, so here we have a cutter. So if I want to choose a cutter, I take the cutter, I push these 2 back, take the cutter, it locks into position. So I'm just going to show you the tools. I'll show you how it actually works. So you can actually then fold everything back into position, close it. So now you've just got a handle and you've got the tool out. This you can use for cutting line, cutting fishing line, cutting rope. If you're in a pickle and you need to cut a safety belt, it'll slice through a safety belt. This is very sharp. It's a grab and pull cut. You just grab, you just yank. Whatever you put in here, you just pull, it just slices through. If you need to cut down some plastic, down anything like that in a straight line, it's fantastic for doing that. It's a nice cutter. It is particularly sharp, and because you're pulling, you get a really straight cut of it. It's an awesome tool. I haven't had a use for it yet. I have used it on an old Swiss Army knife I had years ago. I think I still have that knife somewhere, but I don't really carry it around with me. And then to put the tool away, that's where these plastic clips come in. So they're very discreet. You can't break them. They're not gonna, even though they're plastic as opposed to stainless steel like the rest of it. They're hidden away. It's not like you're gonna drop it and they're gonna crack it. It's a very strong malleable plastic. So you push this in, and then they just fold in like that. They're locked. They're not going anywhere. Like that. Push it in, and it just folds in. So with that in mind, let's go through the rest of the tools. Okay, so rest of the tools. We have can opener, sorry. So this is a can opener. Old school, been around since multi-tools around, Sasami knives. It's basically, it's not the sharpest, won't cut you on the outside. On the tip we have a small flat screwdriver, so opposed to the flat screwdriver I showed you on the tip of the file / ruler, this is a smaller one, hence why I said it's a bigger one. This would be used for taking smaller screws, flat screws. The can opener, you basically hook on the edge of the outside of the can, and then you push in and it just cuts, and you just go around cutting your can all the way around. You basically just grabbing and you just piercing the steel, piercing the steel, piercing the steel, piercing the steel, going all the way around, and it cuts cans. Works like a charm. I've used it multiple times when I was camping. Even if I don't feel like going to the kitchen and I'm outside braaiing and I need to open up a can or something. And then last but not least, on this side we have the bigger screwdriver and the bottle opener. This is medium size as opposed to what was on the tip of the ruler. Another flat screwdriver and the bottle opener. So that doesn't need any description. Open a bottle. Everybody has a beer. Everyone needs a bottle opener. Everyone needs a flat screwdriver. This is a standard flat screwdriver that you use pretty much on everything. It's strong, it's short. If you're going to really attack something that's flat and it's tight, this is what you're going to use as opposed to the ruler, because you got a lot of strength in this. Yeah, and this is just a standard bottle opener. Again, you want to push it in, press here, and it folds. Otherwise it's locked into position. Okay, then on the other side, we have two tools. We have, first is the threading tool. Okay, so this is either to punch holes in something, if you need to just put a hole into the leather belt or put a hole through anything. Specifically, it's actually a threading tool, so you can thread a line through or a rope or a string or anything like that fits through here, and then you punch it through. It was originally a leather threading tool. You put your piece of leather through, you punch it through, you pull the leather through, and for stitching things together. I wouldn't use it for stitching people together, but yeah, it is a stitching tool. It is nice for gouging things open, for prying things open as well. If you need to get in there to start something, to break something open, it's strong. It's very strong. It's a very sharp point, and it's got a lot of thickness to it. So, like I said, it's a threading tool. I haven't had use for it yet, but it is there, and I know it's there if I ever need to use it. Again, locked into position. One thing is that when this opens, it does seem to open onto one side, so that does block the tool. So you kind of need to open it, get that out that side, and then push it through to that side in order to gain access to this side. Then last but most famously is this tool. Now this is where this comes in. This is your Phillips. Okay, it has just a little detail as well. It has a little Phillips cross on it, and the reason why they put this on here, because this is where your additional tools work as well. So we'll go through this now after I've just shown you this tool. So here we have a Phillips, and it's basically, I'm going to go for a Phillips 2, PH2, which is a Phillips 2, which is your standard Phillips size screwdriver. So if I had to pull out another screwdriver, Phillips screwdriver, it's, okay, this is an old Phillips screwdriver, but it's your standard Phillips head screwdriver. Okay, it looks different because it's square, but it is your standard PH2 drive screwdriver. So for opening most Phillips heads, Phillips heads screws, this will work. From small to large, it should work. Not very big, but this will work. So again, same thing. For some reason, it's not a major hack, but you just need to open this and then pull the let me just show you again. I don't know if it's on all the tools, but on mine, and again, it's not a really major. I just get the pliers and I just pull that into that side, just so that I can. And again, this you push in, and then that just closes. Otherwise, it's locked open. Okay, so I'm gonna go through. I'll put that down now. I'm gonna go through. Okay, this is your additional bit set. Okay, with this we get the adapter, and along with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 additional bits. That's right. Okay, so what we have, it starts off with a Phillips 3. Each and every one is labeled. Let's see if I can get that into focus. I don't know if I can. But they'll say PH3. Okay, so which stands for Phillips 3. So you got your Phillips 3, your Phillips 2, which is the same as what's on here. And then your Phillips 1, which is the small Phillips. Okay, those are those three on the Phillips. Then you got your flat, which is the large flat. Now, this is the same, which is basically on the I would say on the tip of the let's actually have a look as a matter of interest. On the tip of the, no, it's not even, it's you know, basically the same, which is on the tip of the file, which is a number 7 size flat. And then we got your medium over here, which is number 5 size flat. So what it is, it's 5 millimeters wide, 5 millimeter wide flat, 7 millimeter wide flat, and then you've got, should be a 3 millimeter size flat, and it will say it on here as well. Again, just trying to find it. I'm actually looking into the camera at the same time. Yeah, 3 millimeter, 2, 3. Okay, then we got the Allen key. We got 6. So you got 6 mil. Allen key, 6, 5, 3. And these are nice, they go right down. So that's 4, this is 3. Right down to 2. So 2. So these little 2s are actually, they come in more obviously handy, but so how this actually works is it's quite straightforward. This has the same size shape as the back of the screwdriver, and it's this magnetic, so it sticks on, and it fits. And then you just take the bit that you want. If you want it to be this flat screwdriver, for example, and it's magnetic, it sticks into there, and then you have an extended head screwdriver. If you need it to be, if you want to use the Allen key, then you take the Allen key and you put the Allen key. Now, this is what's really cool about this tool. So I know that they have the same thing on the Leatherman, and I mean I've looked at all the Leathermans before this for many years because, like I said, I always wanted a multi-tool. But the Leatherman have their own little bit thing that has these tiny little rectangular bits that fit into the tool itself, and they're very specific to the Leatherman. This is a general fitting, so not only can you use these 11 bits that they're giving you, but I, for example, I've always had this little Bosch kit, which I bought a while ago, and it's got like a whole lot of these security bits in it with holes in, and these Torx bits and so forth and so on, that are standard. So if I wanted to use one of these Torx bits, they fit into here as well. This is a standard fitting, so you can fit anything you wanted to. If you wanted to fit another adapter, or let me see, I've got a square bit. I got a square bit adapter here. I wanted to put that in there. It fits. It takes any bit. So I keep putting that off. This is magnetic and this is stainless steel, obviously. So you just got to take that into account. Just to hold that. So any bit that you have, I mean, I even have a quick adapter here. If I wanted to, I could put that onto that and make it longer, and to get into a weird place if I had to. But any bit that you want to fit onto anywhere, you can fit into there. This is universal to any hex bit that you need to fit into. So you're not only limited to these 11, and that I think is important to let everybody know, is that you're not only just getting an extender, you're getting an extender that enables you to fit anything that you want to fit into here going forward. You could even put an adapter that holds on a socket if you wanted to. Little quarter drive socket adapter on here that plugs into this, that then holds a quarter drive socket, and you could go 6 up to 13, and you could use it as a little socket wrench. And that is the end of my review, but and I'm just going to show you that how universal this tool actually is. And with that said, I feel so blessed having actually found Terratac, and having this tool. And for anybody out there who has any second thoughts on whether or not to actually buy this tool, don't have a second thought. Get this tool. I promise you, it is way worth it. It is. You will not regret buying it. I can put money. I can guarantee you're not going to regret buying this tool. It is so worth it. The Terratac have put a lot of effort and a lot of time and a lot of thought into this, to make it as universal and as helpful to us South Africans here. And just it's an awesome, it's a cool tool. Well done guys, at Terratac. Keep on doing it, keep on pushing through. This is fantastic. I always support your product. I'm rooting for you, and I'm telling everyone about it. And awesome tool. Thank you. For opening most Phillip heads screws, this will work. From small to large, it should work. Not very big, but this will work. So again, same thing. some reason, it's not a major hack, but you just need to open this and then pull the let me just show you again. I don't know if it's on all the tools, but on mine, and again, it's not a really major, I just get the pliers and I just pull that into that side, just so that I can, and again, this you push in and then that just closes, otherwise it's locked open. Okay, so I'm going to go through, I'll put that down now. I'm going to go through. Okay, this is your additional bit set. Okay, with this we get the adapter, and along with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 additional bits. That's right. Okay, so what we have, it starts off with a Phillips 3. Each and every one is labeled. Let's see if I can get that into focus. I don't know if I can. But they'll say pH3. Okay, so which stands for Phillips 3. So you got your Phillips 3, your Phillips 2, which is the same as what's on here. And then your Phillips 1, which is the small Phillips. Okay, those are those three on the Phillips. Then you got your flat, which is the large flat. Now, this is the same, which is basically on the I would say on the tip of the let's actually have a look as a matter of interest. On the tip of the, no, it's not even, it's you know, basically the same, which is on the tip of the file, which is a number 7 size flat. And then we've got your medium over here, which is number 5 size flat. So what it is 5 millimeters wide, 5 millimeter wide flat, 7 millimeter wide flat, and then you've got, should be a 3 millimeter size flat, and it will say it on here as well. Again, just trying to find it. I'm actually looking into the camera at the same time. Yeah, 3 millimeter, 2, 3. Okay, then we've got the Allen key, we've got 6. So you got 6 mil. Allen key, 6, 5, 3, and these are nice, they are right down. So that's 4, this is 3. Right down to 2. So 2. So these little 2s are actually, they come in more obviously handy, but so how this actually works is, it's quite straightforward. This has the same size shape as the back of the screwdriver, and this is magnetic, so it sticks on, and it fits. And then you just take the bit that you want, if you want it to be this flat screwdriver, for example, and it's magnetic, it sticks into there, and then you have an extended flat screwdriver. If you need it to be, if you want to use the Allen key, then you take the Allen key, and you've got the Allen key. Now, this is what's really, really cool about this tool. So I know that they have the same thing on the on the Leatherman. And I mean, I've looked at all the Leathermans before this for many years because, like I said, I always wanted a multi-tool. But the Leatherman have their own little bit thing that has these tiny little rectangular bits that fit into the tool itself, and they're very specific to the Leatherman. This is a general fitting, so not only can you use these 11 bits that they're giving you, but I, for example, I've always had this little Bosch kit, which I bought a while ago, and it's got like a whole lot of these security bits in it with holes in, and these Torx bits and so forth and so on, that are standard. So if I wanted to use one of these Torx bits, they fit into here as well. This is a standard fitting, so you can fit anything you wanted to. If you wanted to fit another adapter, or let me see, I've got a square bit. I got a square bit adapter here. I wanted to put that in there. It fits. It takes any bit. So I keep putting that off because this is magnetic and this is stainless steel, obviously. So you just got to take that into account. Just to hold that. So any bit that you have, I mean, I even have a quick adapter here. If I wanted to, I could put that onto that and make it longer, and to get into a weird place if I had to. But any bit that you want to fit onto anywhere, you can fit into there. This is universal to any hex bit that you need to fit into. So you're not only limited to these 11, and that I think is important to let everybody know, is that you're not only just getting an extender, you're getting an extender that enables you to fit anything that you want to fit into here going forward. You could even put an adapter that holds on a socket if you wanted to. Little quarter drive socket adapter on here that plugs into this, that then holds a quarter drive socket. And you could go 6 up to 13, and you could use it as a little socket wrench. And that is the end of my review, but and I'm just going to show you that how universal this tool actually is. And with that said, I feel so blessed having actually found Terratac, and having this tool. And for anybody out there who has any second thoughts on whether or not to actually buy this tool, don't have a second thought. Get this tool. I promise you, it is way worth it. It is. You will not regret buying it. I can put money. I can guarantee you're not going to regret buying this tool. It is so worth it. The Terratac have put a lot of effort and a lot of time and a lot of thought into this, to make it as universal and as helpful to us South Africans here. And just it's an awesome, it's a cool tool. Well done guys, at Terratac. Keep on doing it, keep on pushing through. This is fantastic. I always support your products. I'm rooting for you, and I'm telling everyone about it. And awesome tool. Thank you.